Hello everyone, welcome back again to this channel. So in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to draft an umbrella baby frock. So I'm going to be drafting the pattern at the same time I'm going to be sewing. So let's get into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is to input my shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is 9. Note that this is for 12 months to 18 months. So I'm going to be measuring my shoulder measurement, that's 4.5. Shoulder measurement is 9 divided by 2, that's 4.5. So after that, I'm going to join the dots. So after joining the dots, I'm going to come down by ½ inch. So I'm going to come down by ½ inch and create a slope. So after creating a slope, I'm going to come down by 4 inches. My arm length is 4.5, but since it's an armless dress, sleeveless dress, so I'm going to come down by 4 inches. So after that, I'm going to draw a horizontal line. So after drawing a horizontal line, I'm going to go up by 2 inches. Then I'm going to come to the side also by 2 inches. So I'm going to create a curve. So I'm going to connect those points. So after doing that, the next thing to do is to input my half length measurement. My half length measurement is 9 plus 1 inch sewing allowance, that's 10 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and measure 10 inches. So after measuring 10 inches, I'm going to connect the dots. So after connecting the dots, the next thing to do is to input my bust measurement. The bust measurement is 22. 22 divided by 4, that is 5.5. So I'm going to mark 5.5. Then I'm going to add 1.5 sewing allowance, making 7 inches. So at the waist, my waist is 21. 21 divided by 4, that's like 5.2. 5.25. Then I'm going to add 2 inches sewing allowance, because at that point I'm going to be having my dart. That's why I made it 2 inches. So by the time I remove the dart, it's going to be 1.5. So I'm going to look for the middle of that 5.25. I'm going to look for the middle of that 5.25 and input my dart measurement. So I'm going to mark the dart measurement. So after marking the dart measurement, that's the positioning of my dart. So the next thing to do is to connect the dots of the bust and the waist. So after connecting the dots of the bust and the waist, the next thing to do, I'm going to transfer that front pattern, I'm going to transfer it to the back pattern. Then I'm going to leave 1 inch sewing allowance for zipper allowance. So I'm going to place the front pattern on the back pattern as seen in the video. So after placing it on it, so the next thing to do is to mark out the point, more like you're tracing it out, cut it out. Then I'm going to input my neck measurement. I'm going to come to the side by 2 inches. I'll mark 2 inches. Then I'll come down. The neck depth will be 2.5 inches for the front pattern. 2.5 inches. So I'm going to be measuring 2.5 inches. Remember, you have 2 inches to the side. Mark 2 inches to the side. Then you measure 2.5 inches at the depth, the neck depth. So you create a curve. That's for your front pattern neckline. So the next thing to do is to name it front pattern. Then you're going to mark where the shoulder is meeting the other back pattern so that you can draw the neck for the back pattern. So you're going to come down by 1 inch. Come down by 1 inch, then create a curve. So the next thing to do as the back pattern. So the next thing to do is to cut it out. So after that, for the front pattern, so for the back pattern, because it's going to be like the back will be longer than the front, so I'm going to reduce the back pattern by 1 inch. So you measure 1 inch up, then you connect it to the tip, to that other end, then you draw a diagonal line. So after drawing the diagonal line, you are going to cut it out. So after cutting it out, you notch where you have the dart. So for the front pattern, I'm going to go in by 1 inch. Go in by 1 inch. Go in by 1 inch. Then join to the tip of the shoulder. Measure 2 inches to the right, then 2 inches above, then create a curve. So after creating a curve, we are going to cut it out. So that's the front pattern. So you're going to transfer this pattern on your fabric. You're going to cut it out. This is the front pattern. You're going to do the same thing also for the back pattern. Trace it out and cut. So after doing that, I'm using 2 types of fabric. I'm using lace and I'm using scuba. So you're going to transfer this front and back pattern also on the lace fabric. You're going to place on it and cut out respectively. So for the flare, the length is 11. So you're going to measure 4 inches. Mark 4 inches as a radius. You fold your fabric into 2, then into 4. Then you mark 4 inches as a radius. Then from the point where you marked your 4 inches, you're going to measure 11 inches also round. 11 inches. 11 inches. Mark 11 inches round. For the umbrella part of the dress. So the total length of the gown is 20. So mark 11 inches. Mark 11 inches on all the sides. So the next thing to do is to cut it out. So this is what you have. This is your umbrella base for the dress. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to cut out the belt. The belt is 4 inches by 22.5. 4 inches by 22.5. So you're going to fold the 4 inches into 2. That's 2 inches. By the time you sew into 2, you have 2 inches by 22.5. So you split it into 2. So the next thing to do is to join. As you can see, I've joined the shoulder, I've joined the armhole, I've done the dart, I've done everything. So the next thing to do is to insert the belt. When you want to join the side, you join the sides, then you insert the belt and leave ½ inch below so that you can sew the lower part of the dress. So this is what I have now. So I'm going to go ahead and sew the lower part, the umbrella part. So I'm going to join the umbrella part. I'm going to sew. So this is what you have. So the next thing to do is to put zip. You put your zipper. If you like, you can use invisible zipper, you can use ordinary zipper. It depends on what you want, but I made use of an invisible zipper. So you can decide to put crinoline at the lower part. It's optional, it's not compulsory, but I put for my own. So I'm going to go ahead and put the crinoline. My crinoline is 1 inch wide. So I'm going to sew it around. So this is what I have after sewing around. Thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. Please kindly like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. See you in the next one.